It's because we can, as creatives, as artists, as we can tell that story in a way that is not like, that's not like you're reading a news article and it's saying like, oh my God, all white people are racist, da 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 da. We can really paint a true picture, you know, and like, and the thing with music is like, it's an expressive, you know, medium. So like, you know, when these things that are happening right now, you literally cannot hide from them. You wake up, you open Instagram, and you see this shit going on around in the world, and all these things that you just can't ignore. And that's gonna play into the music, because it's like, you know, this is our life now, and we want for things to change. So, and like, us as the new generation, we have a responsibility to change the norm. You know what I mean? Like, we are literally in the driver's seat of our futures right now. You know, like, I saw people like the Beatles, you know, they created a revolution in their time. And they were considered the youth that you're talking about right now. You know what I mean? So now we're in that position, and we have a responsibility to speak out about things that we don't want to see for our children, and things that aren't right in society, you know, in general. Like, we should all be one, and we should all be able to get along and, you know, move in peace. Like, and do shit for the greater good. Like, come on, bro. I don't want my kids to be living through this shit. Like, it's not fair and it's not right. And we have a responsibility to, you know, help spread that message to the future generations and to the old heads who can't see it the way that we see it. Because they're going to be phased out soon, and the narrative is only going to be from the youth, the people now who want the new change. And so, like, if we can change the world around us and change the perspective of the people around us, then our fans are going to grow up and be the people, the leaders that we wanted for our future. You know what I mean? So I compare that shit to my dad's journey every single day, bro. Like, he had 5 kids that he had to like take out of a almost war-torn country, and he had to fly them out to fucking little old New Zealand, where like he had to even come up, you know? Like, he didn't just come up here and it was all dandy. Like, he still had to work really hard, like struggle, yeah. So it's like that just, it's kind of the air that we've already been breathing and that we've grown up around. So like, for us, like, it's the same thing. Like, you know, we don't make excuses. You just knuckle down. You just, especially, I think it's different when like, you would understand this as well, because your parents immigrated to the United States, right? Our parents, my dad took us from Zimbabwe and he came to New Zealand, and I'm sure your parents were going through they have that in common with them, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Yeah. Same thing. You know, like, and for us, like, you know, you have a kind of another responsibility where you have to, like, you know, make them proud and be like, look, like, you didn't bring me here for no reason. Like, you know, when I'm out and I'm partying with my friends and like things are getting a bit much, I'm like, look, you know what? Maybe I need to go home. Like, this isn't, you know, this isn't the life that like my parents would want envision for me. Like, you know, or when you're at the supermarket and you open the door for the late, you know, there's certain things that you just do because you know that like you're responsible. You know, you're responsible, and your parents, like, if your parents were here, what would they say? Like, you know, if they're watching, I always had that thought on the bed, like, what if my dad was watching me right now? Right now, what would he say? Yeah, you know? And so that's the same thing when you're going into anything. Like, if you take on a responsibility, like, you know, you have to really, you know, fulfill your obligations and, like, the way you treat people and everything. So, like, that's just how we were raised, I guess.